What's going on today, you guys? So, I'm back here with another video, right? And I'm going to start today's video out just a little bit different than what I normally do. I'm going to start out with a little bit of a story time. There's going to be some like backstory, a little bit of lore, family lore, I guess you could say. But it'll help further explain this whole video. So, my great grandpa, he was a Jew in the Holocaust times, and he lived in Europe. You know, that was not a good, safe time for Jews back then, especially in that area. So my great grandpa, did a smart thing. He came to America. And his whole backstory is crazy within itself. So he lived in a foster home growing up. When he was like 17, he snuck out of the foster care, left the system, ended up joining the British Royal Air Force and was a mechanic for them. He lied about being 17, said he was 18. You know, this was like the 19 fucking whatever the fuck, 20s, 30s, 40s maybe. I don't know. Ended up lying about his age, lying about his whole life, whatever. Joined the British Royal Air Force. The way he came to America, though, was he pretty much became like a fucking gypsy. And he would go country to country, get all the way to like the UK, got on a cargo boat. Now, obviously, I don't know exactly how, but it's told in the family that he snuck onto it. And the cargo ship that he got onto, it came to Canada. From Canada, he did gypsy work, you know, just bouncing, bobbing and weaving through the states, picking up little jobs here and there. Ended up in Florida, where he met my great grandma. And he ended up opening up a bar that became like world famous. And he knew how to play the trumpet and the piano and all that stuff. So he'd play like little shows there while, you know, my great grandma would like whip up the drinks and whatnot. And yeah, they owned a bar in Florida. The bar ended up becoming really successful. Grandpa had fuck you money. And my grandpa was born. And let me tell you, he inherited a lot of money, and he was put in a choice between opening up a Dairy Queen and opening up a pool store. Now, why the fuck anybody would open up a pool store in the heart of South Florida fucking beats me. The beach is 10 minutes away, and you're over here in a pool? No. So yeah, my grandpa opened up a pool store instead of a Dairy Queen. Those were the two things he was thinking about. And wouldn't you know, became bankrupt. And the way that I was told was that people were telling him to sell the pool business and get out while he still, you know, has money made from it and doesn't just lose all the money that he got. And of course, you know, he said no. All the money went down the drain. Business was foreclosed. Lost all the money. And that's how my family's generational wealth was ruined within one generation. Now, that was a little bit of the backstory because I wasn't really told that story until I was probably like 14, 15, maybe 13. I was in like middle school, start of high school, I'm pretty sure. That's when I was told that. And when I was told that, I was mad. Because instead of learning how to work, I could have learned a family business. I could have learned how to avoid taxes and get the most out of my tax breaks. I could have learned how to finesse the system. But no, I had to learn how to work a fucking job and do some goddamn dishes. So in case y'all don't know, and if this is a first video that you guys are watching from me, I was in the fucking Navy. I think my life would have been very different if my grandpa did not ruin that's money. But, man, shit happens. You know, can't change it. If anything, it could have been for the best. Who knows? Like, being an actual kid, like, who inherits, like, generational fucking wealth, like money, or, like, you inherit a family business that's, like, booming and it's good. You know what I mean? Like, bro, you're set for life, you know? And obviously I'm not like in their shoes and they're not in my shoes, you know? So like the shoes are worn very different. I'm sure that there's things that they don't like. They probably have pressures that they have placed on them that they have to fulfill. You know, I'm sure that there are times in their life where they feel like they're not fulfilling those pressures and like the family legacy, whatever. You know, you obviously have the rich, snobby, fucking asshole rich kids. And then there's like very few. I actually met two of them while I was in the Navy. The very underspoken, you don't know that their family is rich. And the way that I found out was we were talking about the new Corvette, the C8. I was talking about how I would like to drive it and like test drive it because I like Corvettes. They're like my top 3 favorite car. And the old boy was like, and mind you, I've known him for about almost 5 years now. He was like, oh yeah, they handle really smooth. Like they're so fun to drive and they're fast as fuck. And I'm like, oh, like you test drove one? Like, you know, where did you go do that at? Like, I'd like to go do it. And my other boy started laughing. And he's like, nah, go ahead. I'm not going to say his name. He was like, go ahead and tell him. And I was like, tell me what? Like, what happened? And my other boy, the one that was from the rich family, was like, nothing, man. Like, you know, like, nothing. He just started laughing. And my other boy, the one that started laughing originally, was like, nah, I'll go ahead and say it for him. His family's rich as fuck. And I was like, what you mean, bruh? Like, I've known you for 5 years and you've never mentioned this like once. Like, what do you mean? Like, prove it. So he pulls up a video. His family owns a fucking like mansion out in Arizona. And they have a guest house that's the size of a half mansion. And he pulls up the video and he pulls up another video of the inside of their garage. Mind you, the new Corvette had just been out for like 2 weeks at this point. His family had like 2 of them in there. They had like 2 Porsches, Cadillacs, Lamborghini Urus. Bro, they were balling. The kids like that, whose parents are rich, but they don't come off snobby and arrogant and my daddy could buy your daddy, fuck you. Those kind of people, bro. That's what we need. But like I was saying, I'm not in their shoes, so I don't know how I would be or how I would act. My life would be very different if I did have that money from my grandpa and my great grandpa. Even being the family member to start like generational wealth is like a feat within its own. I think my great grandpa was very lucky to even give the opportunity of starting generational wealth within like one generation. Like he started it, next generation ended it. But usually I feel like it'd probably take like 2 or 3 generations for it to be like set. Obviously not set as in like it's there, but I mean like 3 generations worth of work to be set for the rest of the generations. Like doing it within one generation is pretty outstanding, and ruining it within one generation is even more outstanding, but no hard feelings. You guys ever sit there and think about how your life would be different if you just had like fucking fuck you buku money? Cause boy, let me tell you, I do. And I don't know why, but all my hobbies that I like are the expensive hobbies. I like cars. I want fast cars. I like bikes. I want a fast bike. I like guns. Guns are expensive. I like gaming. Bro, I just bought a new gaming PC. Actually, I got it for a steal. I might make a video on that. So let me know if y'all want a video about my new PC. But I bought a new gaming PC. It had a 3090 Ti in it, a whole bunch of other upgraded stuff. And I bought it for $1,300. But that also included a monitor, 144 hertz monitor, 1440p, a Razer Black Widow 4 keyboard, a Logitech gaming mouse, and a really nice pair of Audio Technica, I think they're called, headphones. I got all that for $13. Bro, a 3090 Ti, fucking GPU by itself is worth like almost 2,000, like $2,500, and I got it for a fucking steal. Yeah, I don't know why I just started bragging about that for like a few minutes. It's not even bragging. I was just excited to tell y'all. Let me know if you want to see a video about that. But all my fucking hobbies are expensive. I like fishing. I want a boat so I can go fishing on the water whenever the fuck I want. That also means I need a truck to tow it, and I like trucks. You know, I'd want a fucking TRX. I'd want a fucking Shelby Cobra truck. So many things I want that I just can't fucking afford right now. If y'all subscribe and watch the whole video and like it, my YouTube channel could blow up, and I could afford all those things, and I'll take y'all with me. And you know, because I'd be so grateful to you guys, I'd probably do hella giveaways, and I'd probably buy you guys cars and other cool shit that, you know, is very fucking expensive, but because y'all gave me the opportunity, I would do that for y'all. So, yeah, like the fucking video. Subscribe. Thank you. But anyways, what kind of jobs really, like, would start a generational wealth? Now, I feel like restaurants, service kind of businesses, I feel like those kind of would, but like they could always just go out of business at any point. Like, imagine you start up, I don't know, a fucking burger, like fast food place, right? And business is booming. Everybody's coming there. People are driving, you know, an hour, 2 hours to come here, right? Shit's good, right? You pass it down to your fucking kids, and then their kids will start working there. Now you have your grandkids working there. But then imagine another one opens up and is even better. And y'all can't keep up. Y'all can't figure out their Krabby Patty secret formula. And y'all just get shut the fuck down. Or imagine if, I'll even use me for example. I tried starting up a car detailing business. And at first, it was booming. I started it in the summer. There was a lot of car meets here where I'm at. You know, it was going good. I was like getting some, you know, pretty decent money from it. And the wintertime rolled around. And there's less car meets, you know, people aren't really trying to do it. The ones that I did, I hated doing it because it was freezing cold, it's snowing, and here I am fucking washing this car, getting soaked in water, and I didn't like it during the wintertime. And when the summertime came back around, I ended up moving places. So all of my clients before were on like the opposite end of this bridge that gets backed up by fucking 11 a.m. and it's backed up till like 8 p.m. So I didn't want to have to drive through that all day, back and forth, sitting in traffic. The places where I would be washing the cars were at different areas. Like, I just kind of fell out of it, right? I stopped doing it. 1 year, let's say that I never stopped doing it, and I continued expanding, you know, my business, and it ended up blowing up, and it became like a really good like professional business, and I handed it down to my kids. And you know, sometime down the line, let's say for an example, like AI comes about, and these car wash companies figure out how to like completely 100% automate a whole detailing service, and you just pull up. Like, the reason why car detailing is not even overran by car wash is because people who like their car like really clean, like get details. You know, when you go to a car wash, you don't like get the inside done and the outside is still pretty bad, you know. But when you get a car detailed, like, it's like looks brand new. Like, I would make cars look brand new again. But let's say car wash companies figured out, you know, a few years down the line how to like automate that with robots to make it look even better. A few years down the line, car wash companies figure out how to automate that. They do it fucking 5 times faster. It gets better. It gets every nook and cranny, you know? It'd go out of business, you know? So I don't even really know like what kind of businesses would be like something that would start a generational wealth, you know? I feel like learning a skill could maybe, you know, you learn stocks, you pass down the information you learn, but then like one kid could just be like, nah, fuck that shit. And then it kind of just goes away. They would just blow all that money working a regular job that they would do. But then again, it's like a tree, you know, it could always expand. Like, one person got this money and pass it on to the next generation. And instead of that dude doing the same thing, he goes to college, becomes a doctor. He gets a lot of money. They pass it down. The next person becomes like a fucking engineer for NASA. You know, so I guess it really could just be anything as long as you do something productive for the family to pass down money to the next generation. So I guess it really doesn't really matter too much about the job aspect itself, or like what you do your generation. As long as the next one picks up the slack, everybody's good, I guess. But anyways, if y'all have inherited money, like good money, invest that shit. Fucking don't blow it. Smart financial decisions. Do not open up a pool store if you live on a coastal state. Just don't do it. Make smart decisions. Think about your kids in the future. Think about your great grandkids. Alright? I appreciate y'all for watching this whole video. If you have, like I said already, subscribe, like. You know what? Mark this word. If you watched it this far, when I had 100,000 subscribers, I'll do a brand new car giveaway. Mark it, clip it, keep it in your calendar. Come back.